gillyShark at Bingo Night with a Chess Looter Junkrat, Kaimo, Tripson, Rhaegar, Ekeep, Hanzo, Schumann, Garrosh, and Stark Leoric. Right side of the map will be Braincellmates with a Amon Anduin. Taduk will be your Johanna. Akari is your Dahaka. Jaeger on the Sylvanas. And Protoss Rule is going to be your Falstad. I don't know why I couldn't read that properly, but either way, it doesn't matter. Start prediction! Get your gambles in, baby well. Thank you for a second or whatever. Here we are. Map number 1 in our third best of 3 of the day. We have got Auto Attack Build Falstad. How many stacks will we have by the end of the game on this frequent flyer? 40 or more, 39 or less. Let's get it in. Let's be the bush trap. Let's be the bush trap. Haunting wave from Sylvanas. Little grenades being thrown out by our Junkrat as well. Some scatters from Hanzo, but those aren't what we're really looking at. We are looking at a Q build Hanzo. We'll check on that stackage. Whoa, that was a huge groundbreaker from Schumann. Have I ever seen Schumann play tank? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen Schumann on tank. This might be a bit of a treat for us. What's up, Lazy Hydra? Congratulations, our second or whatever. You have I? Elmal. I don't know what Elmal is. Is that like a is that? I don't even know what to think of that. You've definitely seen it. No, I don't remember at all. His Stitches is world renowned, then how did I forget about it? Anyways. Mid lane bruiser camps to be grabbed on both sides. Junkrat managing. Top's got the concussion mine to back away from Falstad if needed. Dahaka grabs vision for bottom. Chess Looter activates that concussion mine as I mentioned. The Q build Hanzo helps out our Kaimo, Chips, and Rhaegar with another camp. This one for top lane. First objective will be in the top center of the map. Leoric down in bottom, dragged into the fort front gate by Akari, but Stark will not be taking any tower shots because the minion wave was available. Oh, that's a cool Skinnergy. Sort of purple, green, all that. Anyway, sorry. Slight distractions as we just have some standard waves to be cleared here and there. Oh, we got an all-in. 2,300... Or excuse me, 233,000, sorry. Sounded like a U.S. politician they're not able to count. Well, waves are being cleared. Siege Giants in top being pushed up as best as Chess Looter can, but Protoss with some decent clear. A couple grenades and such will connect into the bird boy Falstad. Leoric heads down to bottom lane to manage up against this Dahaka. Level 4s are here on both sides. We got Explosive Arrow for the Hanzo for a little extra wave clear. And also be seeing the Neil Peasants for the York, so it's going to be increased damage to mercenaries and monsters with that skeletal swing. Possession Sylvanas, auto attack, hammer gains level 4 for the Falstad makes sense with his level 1. Probably see secret weapon level 7. Haunting Wave from Sylvanas doesn't activate the teleport and will not jump in to delay out that first objective channel. And it looks like someone was a HGC fan. That must be like a new tournament or something like that. Must be a new tournament. Well, as the Twitch gamble continues, we have 9 stacks for Falstad. Yeah, exactly, Darth, right?
Gather tribute.
I keep, this is like the big thought that I have constantly is I really hope that I can find a nice esport to really get into. I sent some messages to some predecessor dudes who run a tournament for that. I've been doing my best to get into Stormgate casting, which honestly feels the most promising. But we'll continue to do Heroes casting, and there's other Heroes events coming up, but I'd like to cast a game that has active updates and possibility for actually doing live events. First blood does go over to the right-hand side. Apologies. Looks like Junkrat was taken down in top. Or no, Junkrat did take down the Falstad in top. Read that one backwards there. I was like, wait a minute. How did Falstad get a kill, but he's dead? Schumann going for the channel. Interrupted once by a Sylvanas Haunting Wave. Deadlock looks promising, but it's very difficult for... It's got the same issues as Overwatch. If you don't play the game, it's really difficult to follow. Until, like, observing really gets figured out for that game, Deadlock is... I enjoy playing it. I enjoy, like, watching it myself. It's just, in my opinion, it's very much like Overwatch. Unless you play it, it's really hard to follow. Hey, Stark, welcome back. You know this team. Yeah, Braincellmates, they're in Division A. They're pretty cool. These gillySharks are an interesting team, though. I've never seen them before. Lot of bush traps. It's almost like they're like religious about them. Why is observing always second to everything? Because I think you should develop your game before you develop the observer. And I wholeheartedly believe that. I think Stormgate should lock down everything before they really solidify their casting stuff. Now, doing updates to, like, the UI and stuff, yeah, that's helpful. But I really would, like, I'd really suggest that games are focused on the playability before the watchability. Because if you design a game to be an esport, I feel like you're setting up for failure. Curse does go over to the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. Stark is able to get the Wraith Walk out. A little bit of harassment onto the Leoric here. Falstad in top lane with the boss available is going to push onto the fort over here. Mid lane fort is going to be taken down by the remaining members of gillyShark and Bingo Knight as Stark continues to chill in bottom. Mid fort, as I mentioned, gone. Top lane fort gone down as well. Stormgate making a game into being esports honestly makes me nervous. Me too, Stark. Me too. I absolutely agree with you. I absolutely agree on that statement. But if it succeeds, I'd like to be there. If it doesn't, I'd like to try at least, you know? I was actually commenting on your Skinergy before you got here. Dahaka brush stocks up, lands the isolation into Garrosh, but the throw will be activated in time. A bless shield from Johanna, a drag from Dahaka. They're looking at Schumann, the wailing arrow from Sylvanas as well. The ancestral healing from Kaimo Chipson does save Schumann for the time being, and it looks like Chessler's able to get away with the concussion mine. Schumann lives, 3 stacks for Hanzo currently, 14 on our baseline for the Falstad, excuse me. And for Hanzo, if you're curious, he needs to hit Sylvanas twice, Dahaka once. The Orc over here is trying to steal away a camp. Needs to Wraith Walk out, but he's going to be met by Taduk. And Stark will be caught out and taken down. I don't think he gets out of this alive. Throws the Entomb down. I think I knew what Stark was trying to do. I think he was trying to create terrain with the back wall of the Entomb, so that way the enemies couldn't step up into him. Unfortunately, he just captures 2 and they continue to run at his face. That's at least my logic as I look at that situation right there. Or Stark just felt like burning a heroic, you know? Haunting Wave in from Jaeger. Akari activates the Dark Swarm, the Chattering Teeth zone the Dahaka. He'll eat the Steel Trap. Falstad and friends are looking for something, but the Sonic Arrow does discover them. Well, Leorc's still in bottom lane. I mean, he respawns. He's able to manage things down over there. Rhaegar on the left-hand side is going to grab Bruiser Camp with some friends. Sylvanas and Anduin to do the same thing on the right. Next objective will be in the bottom center. Should be announced in not too long, actually. I'd say maybe a minute. Okay. Sorry, I'm just skimming Twitch chat right there as I missed the Junkrat kill on top. Apologies. The Dragon Strike from Hanzo avoided by Dahaka's Tunneling Claws. Falstad flies in, though. The Ancestor Healing from Rhaegar does connect onto, I think, Schumann right there, but I think this is a dead Garrosh either way. A double kill goes over to the right-hand side as now Kaimo Tripson's able to run on out of there Ghost Wolf form. And it looks like Hanzo has got 4 out of 5 stacks. I assume it's still the Sylvanas, but let's just check here. Yep, still needs to hit Sylvanas 2 times. Leoric in mid lane gets the Wraith Walk, has the ominous Wraith level 13, which is going to give that Wraith Walk duration increase. And also the damage reduction onto enemies who come in contact with said Wraith. Yo, what's up, Chess? Good morning. Hope you're doing well today, buds. Concussion Mine blasts away the Dahaka here. No level 16 on either side. Dragon Strike from the Hanzo. Gonna look for something, but it looks like Johanna's gonna run right through most of that damage. Takes a bit. Leoric in top lane soaking up for 16, a little bit faster for the allies around. Boss in bottom up in 5, boss in top up in 8. And it could be a contest over this objective and maybe a boss grab for either side, realistically. I mean, a good team fight on either side. You get 2 kills, you run to boss. Yo, Nancy, what's up, bud? How you doing? I hope you're feeling better. Hopefully the recovery has been good for you, and thanks for coming by the stream. That's going to be Leoric Wraith walking in, lands the Entomb onto quite a few. The Light Bomb from the Andu and the Warlord's challenge the Ancestor healing. Here comes a Riptide from Junkrat as Schumann is able to back away, but the Blessed Shield holds him in place for a moment. Schumann lives. Concussion Mine splits Akari here. You're feeling much better? I'm glad to hear that. I've got all the movie nights, by the way, for October scheduled. I can let you know after this game when I look at a calendar. As Akari is going to go down to Leoric. Leoric wants to try and find another kill. Unfortunately, he will be traded, but Anduin does go down. It's a 2-for-1. Ally toss onto Junkrat here. Chases onto Jaeger. Sylvanas doesn't have any mobility, and the scatter from Hanzo is great. Ekeeb finds that kill. Still haven't gotten enough hits onto the Sylvanas. Let's just check really quickly here. Not trying to flame the player, but just curious. What do we got for the stackage? 1 more hit for Sylvanas. And look at that. Flawless technique. That's the reason they just won that team fight. I was looking to see if we could see a flawless damage number. How are you in Bandit? We're doing all right. We're doing all right. It's the week of the subathon, so it's always like the nervousness before the subathon, which is tomorrow. So excited, nervous, but happy to be here doing some awesome casting. Oh, he locked it after they died? I didn't notice. Okay. I did not notice, but we have a boss in top lane, a boss in bottom lane started, but the rotation from the enemy is going to be here. The Concussion Mine splits a few people. There's going to be a Dragon Strike from Hanzo as well. Falstad gets the Garrosh kill, and it looks like without Leoric here immediately, this will be given away. Chestlooter maybe with another Concussion Mine. Doesn't get the Dahaka over the wall, but boss in this bottom will be stolen away. 25 stacks for the Falstad as he continually gets interrupted, trying to hearth out to deal with that top lane boss, which is pretty healthy still. It's around 1/3 of its HP. What time? It starts at 6 a.m. my time. So I believe that's 9 a.m. for you. The Hararo link is
Nah,
Twitch.
Oh,
Sub.
well, look at that. Nancy, thank you for the tier 1 gifted sub to Ashmantle. Thank you so very much for that. Ashmantle, welcome back to the Bahamuts. But yeah, the Hararo link should update based on your time zone. For those curious. Falstad flying in and 2 from the Leoric. The wind... No, level 20. I thought it was Wind Tunnel there. The Ancestor healing, the Warlord's challenge. Johanna caught out of position. And no Light Bomb to trigger there. Leoric is still Wraith walking in. No paralyzing rage for the extra slow. The Chastise did connect and rooted him in place. The boss in bottom lane cleared away. Junkrat will make sure the mini wave is cleared out and the experience is picked up, and another tribute spawning in the south center portion of the map. This will spawn just before the Johanna death timer, but realistically, I'd like to see Braincellmates just give this, wait for the next objective, and hope that it spawns on their side of the map. But a fantastic, yeah, we've had a really fun day of streaming. We checked out the Xbox showcase, and then we did a bunch of some Heroes casting. There's a new Heroes PTR patch, so that was nice to review. And now we're back doing some NGS casting as Kaimo Tripson gets the channel on the objective. 2 out of 3 for both sides, as some camps will be grabbed. Bosses are up in anywhere from 3 to 2.5 minutes. And no other really camps available. Yeah, it's like 2 minutes average for the camps around the map. The patch notes video's already got 15 views. We're gonna become famous. No, I just tried to get it up on YouTube as quickly as possible, because usually that's the best way to go about it. Stark gets discovered in the bush. Just Wraith walks away. 20 talents here should be faster to gillyShark at Bingo Night as they wait for this wave to crash in. Hanzo, as I mentioned, still needs 1 Q hit onto a Sylvanas, but does have the explosive arrow level 4 for the extra burst damage onto the minion wave, or splash damage, excuse me. A lot of movement pings. Here comes Dahaka. He rush stalks in, immediately has to activate his burrow just to try and get away. Concussion mine into Garage. Warlord's challenge. The tower shots chase, and that'll be Dahaka going down. Dude, look at that Hanzo basic attack, though. 858 damage from a Q. 584 damage from an auto. That's pretty good damage. gillyShark at Bingo Night, pick up the curse. Cannonballs for our Junkrat. Ancestor healing. Farseer's Blessing. We've got the Dragon Awakens for Hanzo. Everything but Sonic Arrow gives cooldown reduction so long as you're hitting enemy heroes with Stormbow, auto attack, or scatters. We've also got the Titanic Might on our Garrosh, and Buried Alive as Stark went fishing for an enemy hero there. Didn't find anything. The top lane keep is getting low. Opposing side does have 20s. Wind Tunnel, Bolt of the Storm for Sylvanas, Isolation, Contagion, Radiating Faith, and the Inner Fire for Anduin. Top lane for it still, or keep available. Minion wave crashing in soon. No tower shots, obviously, because the curse is in favor of gillyShark at Bingo Night. They'll confirm the top lane keep. Shield glares from Johanna, just trying to get some blinds onto the enemies as they step in for maybe mid lane here. Condemned from Johanna, she's looking to step up. Iron Skin is active. Dahaka coming in as well. Eats the Chattering Teeth. Will the Forsaken activated by Sylvanas. Dragon Strike from Hanzo. Dahaka is able to avoid that with a burrow right there. Sylvanas Bolt of the Storm gets out of the damage. That's a Wind Tunnel into the corner of the Farseer's Blessing. Garrosh is able to get the ally toss out. There's an Entomb from Leoric with a Riptire from Junkrat. Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas, Leap of Faith. Falstad barrel rolls away. There's a Groundbreaker from Garrosh. He gets the double toss. And Falstad's the one to go down. Sylvanas able to get the Haunting Wave teleport activation back into the Hall of Storms. Mid lane keep has been felled as well. Another Dragon Strike from Ekib, spamming that heroic as the 20 cooldown is pretty big. We're looking at a third, keep to fall in bottom lane. Big double throws. Yeah, the big double throws are humongous as boss and top, boss and bottom are up and available. We got bruiser camps for mid on the left-hand side as well as siege giants. gillyShark at Bingo Night will steal away this bottom siege giant camp. Generation Globe and camp off the map, but you already see humans rotated into our boss for bottom lane. That'll be started out by the Garrosh. The rest of the team will make their way into this. And take a look here really quickly. Q build for Hanzo still needs 1 stack on Sylvanas. Bosses will be traded, but this is boss going straight to an exposed Keat core. Leoric is here. He's hit with an isolation. He tried. Leoric tried. Unfortunately, it did not work out for him to steal that boss away. The rotation from the ally is just too far. Lazy Hydra, thanks for the BB. The Bloodborne? Bloodborne remake is out? We'll have 7 to 6 in our kills currently. Leoric is still floating around. Gonna check the bruiser camp on the right side of the map. 18 seconds to go on that death timer. Siege Giants grabbed here. Boss on top managed. Boss over on the right side got some core scratches on the shielding, but that's really all that was achieved in that moment. Looks like Twitch alerts don't want a Twitch alert here. Hold on one second. It literally just had an alert. Don't know why it doesn't want to do things. Dragon Strike from Hanzo coming through a few enemies right now as the Warlord's challenge is going to be here.
Somebody please get this man a
sub. Nancy, thank you for the gifted sub to Be Crazy. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that greatly. Nancy coming through, and I appreciate that so very much, helping out some of our viewers get some amazing emotes. And of course, ad-free viewing. Who doesn't love ad-free viewing?
Bloodborne remake out at the same time as Silk Song and Heroes of the Storm 2.
I agree. Any day now, ISO. Thank you for the tier 1 for 3 months in advance. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As a reminder, Twitch is gifting extra subs per batches of 5. So if you gift 5 subs, Twitch gifts 1. 10 is 2. So there, so on and so forth. So if you're feeling generous, it's always appreciated. This will continue into tomorrow's subathon, hence the reason we're doing the subathon tomorrow. Light Bomb from the Anduin onto the Duke, the Wind Tunnel from the Falstad up, push Stark against the wall. Riptire from Junkrat going out, the Ancestor healing, splashing some heals to allies around. Kaimo Tripson able to run on out of here, but this is going to be Curse picked up by the Anduin. No, it's not. The big bowls of Chest Looter will delay ones. Is there another delay? Leoric is trying to provide some vision, but it looks like, yes, Curse goes over to the enemy side. Siege Giants are going to rocket their way through this the core shielding. Just kidding. The Falstad's Hearth back. He'll manage things there. What is the game plan from the members of Braincellmates? gillyShark and Bingo Night. There's no camps really. There's no bosses to grab. 2 minutes on average. There's Siege Giants, but do you really want to grab those? Looks like Braincellmates are going to try and heavy push through bottom lane. Stark getting danger pinged by somebody. Any day now. Bloodborne and Silksong. Any day now. Chattering Teeth zone. This curse phase not getting that much value for Braincellmates. Entomb buried alive finds one, but the Leap of Faith pulls Sylvanas to safety. The Dragon Strike from Hanzo down the bottom lane, and a few enemies hug the lower side of the lane for that one. The Orc goes in with the Wraithwalk, no buried alive, no Entomb for 30 seconds. Ancestral down for 10, 40 seconds on Hanzo's Heroic as well. Opposing side Isolation 35, 33 on the Radiating Faith Blessed Shield. A tense moment here in map number 1 of our third best of 3 of the day. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and hope you're all enjoying the stream. All keeps are down, all structures on the right. All 3 keeps are available on the left-hand side. Bottom lane keep the lowest at 50% HP. Boss in the bottom lane, 30 seconds. Boss in top lane, 38 seconds. And this Siege Giant camp will be delayed for a moment by Kaimo. Garrosh. Let's actually get some vision here and set things up. Dahaka shows, Johanna as well. Entomb from Leor to create some space. Or actually to isolate the enemies from getting in here. Falstad flies in. Huge wind tunnel into the corner. Junkrat still providing a lot of sustained damage. He does have those endless nades, and this pit is perfect for Junkrat. Instead of endless nades, Sylvanas, Falstad, and Dahaka all go down. That's Anduin and the Johanna as well. That's what we call a on this channel, and that wind tunnel kind of helped out Chest Looter. Endless nades with big balls. Chest Looter coming out on top of that because he's just able to spam the grenades right into that little pit corner and throw in as many steel traps and such that he could. Beautifully done. Wind tunnel helping out. Dragon Strike does nothing to the core, but it does look flashy at the end. This is going to be map number 1 to the over to the side of gillyShark and Bingo Night here in Division A of the Nexus Gaming Series Season 18. Yes, Ba, it was all me. Yeah, it was, see? You weren't caught in the wind tunnel. It's all you. That's how that works, right? What's up, Nate? How you doing today, bud? It's gaming series. We've got a Chest Looter Leoric, Ekib Mephisto, Schumann Garrosh, Stark on the Sylvanas, and Miller's your Anduin. Right side of the map is going to be Braincellmates. Taduk on the Muradin, Amon, Rhaegar, Akari will be your Deathwing, Jaeger, Blaze, and Protoss rule. Unironically, I'm not sure which one it would be. Playing the Tassadar here, that is going to be Braincellmates trying to take us to a map number 3. Can they do it? Get your gambles in for whether or not a boss will be grabbed on this map, and if you believe there will be a boss grabbed, who will grab said boss? That's the big question of the day. I all in with a humble 120 points. 840 all in. Nicely done. That's going to be Stark trying to get away on the Sylvanas here in bottom lane, and it looks like, yes, they will be able to do so. The oil slick from Blaze slowing things down just a little bit. Toss, Groundbreaker onto Muradin. Tower shots are there, and First Blood goes over to the left-hand side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Look at our chat being positive and encouraging. How lovely of all of you. All right, Muradin third win. We've got Draconic Blood, right? Molten Blood, sorry, from the Deathwing. Psy Storm for our Tassadar with the Psy Infusion. Adrenaline Stim Pack for Blaze. Mephisto with the Lightning Nova at level 1. The Furious Spark, I couldn't remember. Fancy into Death for Leoric, as well as the Titanic Might, or the Unrivaled Strength. Man, I always mix up those two. It's the 20 and the 1 always get me. And Even-Handed Blessing for the Anduin. What else we got going on? Camp on the right to be grabbed. Camp in the bottom lane will be grabbed as well. Leoric chilling in top. This is looking phenomenal for both sides at the beginning. But 1 kill over to the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night, slightly increasing that experience. Good camp grabs. Sylvanas actually doesn't start at that bruiser camp on the left-hand side. Gonna join in with the allies here in mid. Looking to clear this away. Just down over in bottom lane. Deathwing with the Bolton Breath clears that out. Mephisto safely backing away. Tassadar coming through as well. Schumann stepping up here with the Garrosh, looking to maybe get a toss target, but I don't think one was found or available. Blaze and Leoric in bottom lane, still going back and forth. There was a toss onto the Duke there as I did pan out of the lane, but it doesn't look like the Muradin goes down this time. Third wind should kick in. Faster healing, higher threshold as well. A force wall from the Tassadar to deny anyone from stepping out, or maybe even pulling people out, but still a bit of siege damage from that Psy Storm. And Electric Fence was used as well, so that does give some sustained damage from this force wall onto that structure. Fort front gate, a Stormbolt into Garrosh, but no follow-up outside of a Blaze Twin Flame igniting the oil slick. Left side camp is grabbed. Bottom lane, bottom lane. Chest Looter gets the Wraith walk out. Schumann, no need to use the ally toss there. Add it off a cooldown if needed. Deathwing over in top lane. Gonna go ahead and Lava Burst the wave. Molten Flame it. Clear that out quickly. Psy Storm down from Tassadar. Couple autos coming in as well onto him in the trade. Mephisto keeps jumping forward. Black Arrows from Sylvanas activated, trying to siege in. That's a toss. Groundbreaker onto the Duke, who gets the Dwarf launch out, or the Dwarf toss out. The Orc level 4 is going to be that Neil Peasants. Divine Star from Sylvanas trying to heal, or from Anduin trying to heal up some allies around. Ekib had the Shade of Mephisto forward, able to get back to that origin location. Deathwing turning in a handful of gems. Schumann should be dead here, but a Chastise from Miller is pretty good. Is there a Leap of Faith needed? It will be used. Rhaegar lunges in, and he gets pulled by that Leap of Faith animation. That'll be Anduin finding the second kill of the game. Ekib wants the third and finds it into this Tassadar. A Skull Missile, but that's a shade forward for Ekib. Returns to the origin location, and the Duke will not go down. Sylvanas, meanwhile, is doing Sylvanas things in top lane. Black Arrow activated, sieging in. Possession level 4? No, it's actually going to be the Unstable Poison and the Lost Soul at 4 and 7. Shadow Dagger at those two talents for her. How did our Twitch gamble end? Oh, wow, we got really good odds on the triple gamble. Thank you, chat. Speaking of the gamble, 30 seconds until boss emerges from Sky Temple. But the fight in the mid lane does continue. Shockwaves out from the Tassadar. Some Skull Missiles coming out as well. Stormbolt onto Garrosh. Jaeger being slowed a little bit in bottom lane. No Drain Hope. Jaeger forced to tap the well. Back over at the top turn-in area. Some Psy Storms coming out. A Chastise from the Anduin. Protoss rule dropped below 50%. Akari on this Deathwing getting a little bit low. Looks like Garrosh wants to step into the Muradin right there, but doesn't have a target for a toss. Currently looking at the Deathwing, who does have that Molten Blood level 1, so healing up based on the armor plates, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yep. 3 or more armor plates, heals for 0.6% of his maximum health per second. Blue Web Weavers will descend first to the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. No boss has been taken. We are post 5 minutes, so it has emerged from Sky Temple. And what do we have going on here? We actually have Deathwing with the Firestorm. Reduce the cooldown of Deathwing landing abilities by 2 seconds. When Deathwing lands, he drops 7 meteors near the landing area, dealing 100 damage to enemy heroes. Hitting enemy heroes with the meteors reduce the Dragonflight cooldown by 25 seconds. One time I was playing an ARAM, and there was a Deathwing trolling on the enemy team, just literally landing on us and taking flight. Landing on us and taking flight. And one of our teammates was like, bro, Deathwing is bugged. And it, like half the team responded with, check the talent page. Like, yeah. Yeah, he can do this. Of course he can. It's his level 7 talent. Bro, Deathwing is bugged. Blizzard should fix him. And keep in mind, this is post CCL, so this is maybe 8 months ago at most. See, we got egg spawning location, 55 gems available for the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. Of said 55 needed. Here comes a Cataclysm and Tomb from the Leoric. There's a Light Bomb onto the ground. Tassadar activates the Archon form. There's an Avatar from Bird and Endurance of Fate from Mephisto connecting onto so many enemies. The Tassadar does go down first. Miller trying to back away, throws down the Chastise. He will be traded as Akari is a little bit low. The bunker comes down from Blaze. Here comes Ekeep jumping in once again. Stark with the Haunting Wave, looking to chase down the enemies, but not a whole lot of mana available, and that will only be a Anduin Tassadar trade, but the Webweaver summoning goes over to the right-hand side of Braincellmates. Chest Looter in bottom, fine for the time being. Jaeger putting a little bit of pressure, forces the Wraith Walk well tap, but no big deal. We do have mid lane already managed. Psy Storm onto Schumann. A little bit of poke damage. Cataclysm from oh no, that was Deathwing landing. I thought I heard the Cataclysm flight, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's way too short of a duration from when he used that in the last engagement. He keep jumping out. Does have that shade. Uh-oh, toss onto Muradin. Dwarf toss, Dwarf launch out. The damage over time from Sylvanas is enough, but actually no, Sylvanas is the one to go down. Mephisto actually gets the kill onto Muradin. Misread that death little tracker on the left the left side a little wrong there. Okay, both teams have an available turn-in. The clutch opens up. Are they going to race to turn in? Is Leoric going to delay? He's got 52 of the 55 gems needed, so no, they will not get this. Leoric, I think, tried to delay with a Drain Hope over the wall, but none to be found. Boss, by the way, still has not been grabbed. The betters of no boss taken are feeling confident, comfortable, and cozy. Maybe even cute. 13 talents here on the left-hand side. We do have the double up for our Garrosh. Leoric with the Spectral Leech. Uh-oh, hold on. Tassadar stepped up right there. Indomitable. They get the toss on to Muradin, who gets hit with a Endurance of Hate from Mephisto. The Ancestor Healing will save the Duke as the Avatar was activated. Bunker had come down from Blaze, so Muradin's able to jump inside of there. Let that trait kick in. Webweaver here in mid is getting some decent siege damage. Leoric's already cleared out most, if not all, of bottom. Sylvanas to go manage top, and it looks like mid forts have been traded. This Webweaver in top maybe takes down the fort. No, Mephisto's here. He's got great sustained clear onto that with his Lightning Nova, and the Webweaver doesn't even get another Death Wave out. But it does look like Tassadar and friends will step up. They take down the fort in top. Blaze Jet Propulsion as the Leap of Faith. That was a weird interaction with Schumann right there. Was that a Into the Fray, Leap of Faith sort of thing? Yeah, something weird happened with Into the Fray on that one. Uh-oh, boss! Boss is being looked at right now by the side of Braincellmates. Garrosh? This looks like it's going to be given with no contest. Oh, best of luck to you, Darth. And first boss goes over to Braincellmates. Muradin will be thrown away. Indomitable triggered by Garrosh. His chest looter has 69 gems. Very nice. Tries to get the turn in. Interrupted. Durance of Hate doesn't find anyone. Boss in top lane pushing in. And, alright. Braincellmates gets first boss. This will be cleared away. I'm going to go ahead and pay out the bet so I don't forget, because I know I usually do in these moments. Congratulations to whomever won. That's a decent amount of channel points right there for you. Mid lane camp is going to be managed soon. Right side will be grabbed by Tassadar and crew. We got Blaze in the bottom lane. We got Muradin chilling around the turn-in. 105 gems, nearly back-to-back turn-ins for the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. They got 55 needed, which would take them down to 50, and they would then just need another 10 on top of that. Only 231,000 away from where I started streaming. You'll earn it back by the end of the stream for sure. Totally, yeah. Blue Webweavers are going to be summoned. The level 16s are getting close. The waves are pushed up decently in all three lanes. The Webweaver should be at the mid-natural point. Or neutral point, sorry. Blaze actually pushing bottom lane in a little bit further, but he'll start rotating into his team in mid. Looks like Blaze is pushing up the Siege Giants. Schumann, bit of scouting right there. And actually, Blaze sticks around in bottom lane. He's going to just try and push up against that Webweaver cleared out before it gets further into the lane, and it looks like absolutely that will be achieved by our Blaze. He actually still has Siege Giants down here rocketing in, but that's not a concern of gillyShark at Bingo Night, apparently. They want to try and take down another structure, maybe find equal structure demolition through top lane. Chest Looter gets the Entomb onto Deathwing and Tassadar. Tassadar stuck inside of this. Deathwing uses the Cataclysm to get out. The Ancestor Healing onto this Tassadar in Archon form. Durance of Fate was used as well. E-Keep getting a little bit low, has a lot of healing over time. Chest Looter able to get the Wraith Walk out in time. Blaze misses the Jet Propulsion connection. He dives into the enemy team. The Leap of Fate to pull Schumann to safety. Meanwhile, Jaeger has so much Juggernaut plating shielding there, but the bunker comes down as well. The Webweavers will not get a ton of value right there. They do push up the waves. Another Webweaver phase summoning would be huge for gillyShark at Bingo Night. And can they save their bottom lane fort? Unfortunately not. Just as Chess gets down here, the last rock will arrive into the fort structure, and that will be bottom lane fort going down. All outer layers peeled away from gillyShark at Bingo Night. But as I like to say when I play Storm League, forts just hold you back from winning. Earth Grasp Totem slows down Schumann. 68 of the 60 gems available, but I think that's kind of spread between everyone except for Miller, realistically. Schumann and Stark need to get their turn-ins. Actually, just Schumann right now. Rest of the team may step up to try and create some space. E-Keep, nice Lightning Nova value. Does have the Static Field level 16. Bellowing Roar from the Deathwing. Tried to back away. The Entomb from Leoric creating a bit of terrain, and Deathwing does not like walls. That is the biggest issue with Deathwing is walls. Double Webweaver phase for the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. This is their third overall of the game. Deathwing lands on top of Sylvanas. The Leap of Fate to pull her to safety. Will the Forsaken activated as well. E-Keep getting low. Able to get some heals out from Miller. Blue Webweaver in top is going to be by the keep in mid lane. or mid and middle of the mid lane. There we go. And bottom lane will be just about at the fort here. Lava Burst from Deathwing. Ekeep jumps in with the Shade of Mephisto. Lava Burst will end. Entomb finds 3. Entomb finds 3. The Light Bomb from the Anduin. The Warlord's Challenge on the side. The toss. The Endurance of Hate. And somehow nobody on the side of Braincellmates has died in this engagement. What in the what? Chest Looter trying to get away, but a Stormbolt locks him in place. The Thunderclap will take him down. How on earth do they live there? My golly gee. Meanwhile, in mid lane, the Webweaver with a decent wave is pushing up onto this keep. Blaze is already here. Rhaegar scouted by the deadly Auric. Earth Grasp Totem slows down Schumann. Some of the health bars here on the left-hand side a little bit low. Some heat flash heals out from Miller. Divine Star to pass through a few allies as well. And it does look like this is going to be Webweaver in top pushing on to the keep. In mid lane, Chest Looter still scouting out. Yorick up in 2 seconds. Bottom lane fort does go down. And 20 gems in the pockets of gillyShark and Bingo Knight of the 65 needed. 41 turned in for the members of Braincellmates, and they need 60. Leoric interrupts the Duke once. A few gems to be turned in over here. Looks like 10 of the 65 will go into the bank. Boss number 2 is up and available. Did anyone free Harrison Jones? No. Unfortunate. Great Rhaegar heals and bunker usage, I agree. It's just wild. Like, I literally thought between, like, Wailing Arrow, Warlord's Challenge, Durance of Hate, Light Bomb, I thought there was enough CC to deny any button pressing from the right-hand side. Maybe Wailing Arrow wasn't in there, but still, like, man, that Entomb was just absolutely beautiful. But great defense coming out from Braincellmates. Credit where it's due, for sure. Toss away. Schumann trying to get out. The Stormbolt at max range connects. That's going to be a Leap of Fate to pull Schumann after the Jet Propulsion did keep this Garrosh in place. Durance of Hate was utilized there. It's a relatively low cooldown at 50 seconds, if I remember correctly. Yes. And both teams, actually, no, one fort remains on the top right of the map for Braincellmates, who do lead by about a level here with these later game kills and structure passive experience gain as well. Entomb finds the Muradin, but he dwarf tosses away. No level 20, no buried alive to deny that. 46 stacks of 100 for Mithril Mace. Schumann just running at the enemy team here, looking for a target to throw, but doesn't want to throw Muradin, doesn't want to throw Blaze. Leap of Faith pulls the wrong target, I do believe, right there. A Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas to try and create some space. Speaking of space, Chest Looter trying to get far enough away from the enemies here with 600 and something HP. Gets chunked, but not taken down. Okay. Little Skull Missile through the enemies here. Red Webweavers will descend. All right, let's see what kind of, what can be brought to the table on this one. Schumann gets chunked quite a bit. Another Leap of Faith forced out by Miller. Jet Propulsion in by Blaze. He makes a huge mistake. He summons the bunker. He's still going to be dead here. I don't see a world where he gets out alive. What? Apparently, I don't live in a world because he gets out of that completely fine. Conflagration will not take down Chest Looter. It does manage to help out Tassadar get the kill onto Anduin. Wow, I thought Blaze was Terra dead there, but it looks like he's Giga alive as the Webweavers are going to push in here. And this could be the setup for map number 3 up against gillyShark and Bingo Knight. Can they defend without 20, without an Anduin? Let's see. Blaze Jet Propulsion onto Sylvanas. That's a Will of the Forsaken activated. The Duke is in a really rough spot. Gets thrown into the core defenses and some tower shots of the keep. Avatar was activated. Dwarf launch away. Chest Looter in a rough spot. And can he mac out this time? It looks like yes. He will be able to grab Regeneration Globe, grab well. The Jet Propulsion from Blaze doesn't get the splash damage onto Ekeep to take him down, as this is going to be Tassadar falling first to Sylvanas. A Wailing Arrow started all of that out over there. Webweaver in mid cleared away. Webweaver in bottom pushing onto the keep. Ekeep wants to chase in. Leoric, does he have an Entomb? He does have it. He's got the Buried Alive. Rhaegar's caught inside of that. The body blocks are good, and Rhaegar will go down. The Bellowing Roar from Deathwing pushes Schumann away. And meanwhile, in bottom lane, as I mentioned, that keep was going down, but the members of gillyShark and Bingo Knight, they find the triple kill, or the double kill, and they defend, not losing a single point of HP off of this core. We're stuck in a loop? No, Crummy's not in this game. Sorry. Webweaver turn-in plus boss is available to gillyShark at Bingo Night. Unfortunately, they have to go through an entire fort and keep to end through top lane, which is one of the most common lanes to end. Still no freeing on Harrison Jones. It's like this team is like communicating or something and taking this game like serious. I don't know, it's weird. All right, boss taken down. Oracle level 13 from Tassadar scouts out the enemies on this. Deathwing is going to go push up bottom lane. Mid lane wave may take down the keep here, but the Webweavers will descend. Maybe that saves keep. Catapults do fixate onto structures, and the minions are pushing up here, so that might be enough of a delay to save mid keep. As I mentioned, Deathwing pushes up bottom. There's the turn in. Murden Dwarf tossing away at a top. Black Arrows from Sylvanas activated. Taking down the top fort immediately. Couple seconds left on Black Arrows. Might get a Haunting Wave. Can't lock down a structure with that one. Either way, Mephisto gets wonderful value. Does have the Mimic level 20, so you can actually self-cast the Shade of Mephisto, and you can get that overlap. You can actually get an insane amount of siege value from Mimic and Mephisto. Like if you W and then like self-cast E, you basically overlap your Lightning Novas on top of each other. Green chili burrito for dinner. I think I have 2 chimichangas for dinner tonight. Last night I had rolled weenies. Light Bomb onto Chester, who Wraith walked in already. The Durance of Fate from Mephisto not connecting the Ancestor Healing will be good onto this Tassadar on the right-hand side with the Archon active. Not sure what he took at level 20, but it doesn't matter right now. Schumann's getting low. The keep is going to fall. The huge Warlord's Challenge. Deathwing lands on top of a few enemies, getting great cooldown reduction on his flight as Garrosh does go down. E-Keep trying to back away. The Molten Lava Burst. E-Keep almost dead. That's a good Leap of Faith. Chestlooter, does there another Leap of Faith? Chestlooter will be saved. The Force Roll from Tassadar is huge. The Shock Ray takes down this Leoric. Sylvanas is able to trade into the Blaze as Sylvanas goes back in with the Haunting Wave, and I don't think Stark meant to do that right there. Activates Will of the Forsaken, but the Stormbolt over the wall from Murden will be enough. The Cataclysm from Deathwing would have found her either way. Mid lane keep will fall. Anduin backing off, and it's a lone Anduin to defend up against 4 enemies. What is the game plan from Braincellmates? I mean, you run at core and you end, and you take us to a game 3, no? Chestlooter gonna cheat a bit of death. Light Bomb into the backline of the Tassadar. That is the main source of damage onto the core right now. Miller will be taken down, I think. Flash heals, yep. Leoric will respawn. So now it's Leoric and Garrosh. Bought enough time for them to respawn. The core shielding still up. Earth Shatter from Deathwing. No stun. Lava Burst as well. The core shielding damage. Entomb, but I think that's more or less to block the enemies. Or actually, it might have been canceled early so Schumann can get to safety. It also does have a lower duration. Anyways, Leoric is great damage onto Deathwing right now. The core is going to be able to take him down. Actually, it's Leoric. That's Protoss rule. Hit with a Warlord's Challenge. What in the what? Ally toss onto Leoric. He's going to be hit with a Stormbolt. Murden slowed by the Skull Missile of Mephisto right there. What? And it's still 100%. That's the wild part. Literally, Miller was like, okay, I got Inner Fire. I get 50 armor and movement speed. I'm going to go ahead and run at Tassadar, the main damage dealer to our core. Zones back Tassadar. Dies. Leoric, meanwhile, is cheating death. Garrosh is about to respawn. Leoric immediately then starts draining the health of this Deathwing. Starts slapping him with some Spectral Leech value. And Deathwing goes down. What a wild defense, giving time for Mephisto to respawn. Sylvanas gets back in. Wowee! 23 minutes in. gillyShark at Bingo Night. They hold on to what little thread of defense they have, and they start pushing out waves. Boss in top is 53 seconds away from being spawned. And gillyShark at Bingo Night just rotating around, grabbing camp after camp, pushing back after wave after wave. 12 of 70 gems for our left side team. 31 already turned in, 17 in the pockets, and 65 needed for Braincellmates. But Well, actually, Murden's going to show in mid in a second here. No, not really. He's still think far enough away. Schumann will scout him out. Tank for tank value or scene. Miller starts working on the wave. Force Walls, Shock Ray from Tassadar. Looking at Schumann. Drops the health a little bit, but Schumann doesn't mind because trait value and such for Garrosh. A Force Wall from Tassadar. Did go Force Barrier level 20. I did mention earlier that we meant to look at that. I wasn't sure if he had Archon. I don't think he... I didn't see the the increased duration for the Twilight Archon. Ekeep jumps in. Decent damage onto Akari, trying to drop one of those plates for Deathwing. It looks like actually one plate did drop. Miller's a goat? Man, how does a goat with hooves play so good? I should give up on I should give up on playing Here's the Storm if a goat's better than me. So we have tension mounting as one good team fight's a win for gillyShark and Bingo Knight. They can make this a 2-0 series. On the opposing side, for Braincellmates, same sort of dealio. 27, 31s, 59 actually. They have 28, so they're still 6 shy. That's 2 waves. gillyShark and Bingo Knight are going to start working on this boss. They do see a few enemies with the trajectory towards this. Schumann setting up in the bush. Ekeeb on the side as well. Blaze. Gonna throw down the oil slick. Boss is gonna be leashed at 50%. The Durance of Hate misses the Warlord's Challenge onto this Murden as the Dwarf launches away. Anduin with the Desperate Prayer, healing up. Deathwing with the Skyfall as he did go a Rival of God, which gives him all level 7 talents. And there's enough for a turn on the right-hand side. Who's got the gems? 2 on Tassadar, 8 on Blaze, 3 on Rhaegar, and they need, I believe, every single one of those gems for this Webweaver summoning. Boss is being worked on. gillyShark and Bingo Knight know this. They're going to step in. The Force Wall from Tassadar. Boss is leashed. Looks like it's going to go back to full HP in a moment. Ekeep dives in. That's a lot of damage onto Deathwing, who the Bellowing Roar Ghost gets the activation. 1,000 HP. Garrosh with a good toss. There's the Buried Alive. The bunker comes down from Blaze. Ancestral healing is really good with the splash to a lot of allies around. You saw Jaeger double back for a second there to be able to get that splash shield. And is there going to be another boss attempt? The Oracle does scout out the enemies. Floating around boss. That vision. So Stark was seen starting the boss. There was a little bit of that red reticle behind Stark's name. But I think it was kind of trying to pull... I think they were trying to pull the enemies back in. Deathwing is going to take flight. He taps well. He's trying to heal up as quickly as possible. Still has another 4k HP to go. Meanwhile, he's dropping those Skyfalls, which give a little bit faster healing, and Tassadar goes down first. Deathwing lands onto the enemies. Trying to back away. Uses the Cataclysm to back off, but gets bonked by the Keep. Unfortunately, no CC, so I guess maybe fortunately, oh my god, Akari with like 300 HP does not get taken down. Entomb with the Buried Alive, this time no bunker for Blaze. That Entomb does expire as it does have a 1 second shorter duration because of the Buried Alive. Mid-keep has already been taken down. This is going to be core shielding dropped. Mephisto and friends, they want to make this a 2-0 series, and it looks like it's very doable. Deathwing goes down, the bunker summoned by Blaze, and that is going to be gillyShark and Bingo Knight take this Tomb of the Spider Queen game, and they take this series 2-0. GG. Well played. Nice, Stark. Nice, 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 nice. Stark did the exact amount of damage he needed to do, if you know what I mean. All right. We are 6 subs away from our sub goal of the day. And as a reminder, Twitch is gifting an extra sub per 5. So technically, if you gift 5 subs right now, we will get 6. And we will be hitting our sub goal of the day. If you are feeling generous, if you're feeling excited for the subathon tomorrow, if you want to, this is kind of like our subathon eve. So if you're feeling generous and you want to be like, yeah, Bahamut. Well,